Welcome to the highlights. This is round 2 of the British Cycling National Circuit Series from Ilkley. And the women's race got underway on what was a very grey evening. Light drizzle in the air and a very technical course with a steep climb, a long descent and a flat finish and start straight.
Indeed it is, and it is a tough circuit that splits the groups apart very, very early. We've seen that year on year, and this year, 2023, no exception. The early pressure on the climb and then into the descent saw riders disappearing very, very quickly out the back of the group as a select group of riders held the front, led through time and time again by Frankie Hall of the Loughborough Lightnings, along with Maddie Leach. Leach showing that she can do more than just time climbing with some great skill up the steepest section of the course. As you can see though, always marked out by the Das Hansling squad with those blue helmets, the Phoenix de Koenig duo, and of course the Pro Noctis Heidi Kjartsen 200 Degrees Coffee squad as well. And it was those red jerseys in the bunch of the Pro Noctis squad, led by the road captain Joe Tindley, who seemed to be trying to control the race to make sure that they had the riders in the right place to challenge for the race and for the series. As she led up the climb, you could see the damage being done further back in the group, and Tindley's masterful approach to this climb was all about power. Consistent marking though by Das Hansling along with Phoenix de Koenig once again, showing that they really wanted to be in with the action. There was the occasional lull, and mostly this happened as they came across the false flat at the top, but plenty of assessment. Really interesting to see that time and time again as they came over the top. As we moved into the later stages, Tindley and the Pro Noctis squad determined to make the racing and set this to their pattern.
Well, the pressure on the front continued from the squads lap after lap, and the group got smaller and smaller. Greenwood constantly attacking as Hall went again and again for the Loughborough Lightnings.
Frankie Hall, rider who showed so strongly at the National Crit Circuit, really did show herself off with big attacks. And it is great to see the riders who don't have that same support out there. The Thriving Road seemed very, very strong. But it was one of our younger riders, Flora Perkins from the Phoenix de Koenig, with 2 laps to go, who attacked up the steep climb, answered by Hall initially. It was Perkins who really did rip the pace back up again as it came into the closing stages. Behind though, you could see a very quick selection being made. Perkins was closed down as it came on to the riders who were being lapped out on the circuit, and you could see that as they came up past the Tactic squad, the Brother Orientation UK squad and the Vive Velo Jeddah squad, it was Perkins who took a look over her shoulder, saw that she hadn't got the decisive move, but they came back down again. And with 1 lap to go on the line, it was the Pro Noctis squad again trying to break clear. Amy Gornall had showed herself very strongly in the mid part of the race. She showed herself strongly as she came into the final climb, but the gap was closed down this time by Millie Cousins for the Phoenix de Koenig squad.
So the Phoenix de Koenig duo were the 2 who were pushing on up the climb on this final lap, marked by Greenwood from Das Hansling. They are the 3 riders who were up and over the top of the climb first, marked by Pro Noctis. Red jerseys evident as the group swung down the descent wide across the road, absolutely lining up for the sprint.
It's a full-on sprint. Who's going to take it? It's going to come down to the de Koenig squad and Phoenix de Koenig take a 1-2.
So Cousins taking the win from Phoenix de Koenig, her teammate Perkins in 2, Darvall from Team Spectra, Cannondale taking 3rd place. Fantastic racing. Let's hear now from our race winner and series leader, Millie Cousins.
Millie, congratulations on taking the win. Talk us through the final there. It was a really fast finish.
Yeah, I think this finish straight was a bit of a tailwind, so I kind of went into it knowing that you probably could go a bit longer than normal. So then I just wanted to be near the front on the final descent. I think I was first into the last corner and then maybe lost a position and then kind of just went from there. So it was good.
And Flora came in second behind you. Did you know that you guys were sprinting at the same time?
Well, I could see someone coming, and in my head I was like, I really hope that's Flora, because I knew that she was on my wheel. So yeah.
I mean, it doesn't get much better than a 1-2, does it?
No, exactly. It's ideal.
Great to hear from Millie Cousins. This is our confirmed top 10 from Ilkley. Millie Cousins in 1, Flora Perkins in 2, and Isabel Darvel in 3. 3 riders from the Pro Noctis Heide Kjartsen 200 Degrees Coffee Squad, Side, Tindley and Gornall all making the top 10, giving them a lead in the team standings over the Das Hansling Bikes squad.